everybody. Welcome to another edition of NCW, also known as New Comics Wednesday. If you haven't been with us before, we chat for a few minutes every Wednesday about Zenescope's newest releases. If you don't know who I am, my name's right here. I'm your host, Amber, and today is going to be a really busy, full-packed day of 3 new releases. Very, very excited to talk about all of them. We have 2 awesome guests in the backstage, and it's going to be incredible. What's up, guys? I get very excited that you tune in every Wednesday. I'm trying this new black lipstick spooky look for Halloween. I'm actually pretty bummed because I had vampire fangs. I had them made custom a couple years ago at C2E2, and so they actually fit at the tops of my tees. I was going to bring them in. It's going to be like vampire-esque, but I forgot my fangs. So I might take one of the outfits that I'm wearing for the VCon Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I might put the fangs on then. But I really should. Also, would kind of be, oh, thank you. That was very, very sweet. I am feeling this black lipstick. I bought some purple lipstick too. So I'm going to try that out a little bit too. This is very new for me, as you can all tell. I'll definitely do some more black in my life, but some other fun things are, who do you think I'm going to be dressing as for the VCon? I'll have 3 Halloween costumes. 2 of them, I guess, are Halloweenish. One of them's horror, one of them's Halloween, and one of them's just an icon that I wanted to go for as a very, very long time. And I'm very excited. So make sure that you guys are going to tune in for the VCon on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some other fun stuff that's going on before I dive in. Chuck, is it your birthday? I don't even know. Well, I would love to sing you happy birthday, but I'm horrible at singing. You guys have heard me on the VCon. I'm like the worst singer ever. But happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Very happy for you, Chuck. I'm very happy that you tune in every Wednesday. You're very loyal to me, and I appreciate that. So let's dive in and talk about Zenescope's newest releases. But right before we do, I do want to introduce somebody new on our team, which is Casey. I won't show her in the background because she is in the background, but she'll be helping me out. You guys will probably get to meet her on the VCon Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. She'll be one of our newest interns. We're very, very excited to have her aboard. And I know that you guys will give her an awesome Zenescope welcome as you did with me when I joined the team. So without further ado, let's dive in and let's talk about... Today, we'll be talking about Grimm Tales of Terror Quarterly, the 2021 holiday special. It's $8.99. It was written by Jay Sandlin, who we'll be bringing on in a moment. And as you can tell, there are 3 covers here, and I'm going to pop them up. And as always, tell me which is your favorite cover, because I'm always dying to hear it. So here is cover A. I have a feeling that you guys are going to like cover A the best. I don't really know why, but I have that feeling. Here is cover B. And we're going to ask Jay, a little bit more about the covers because we have 3 totally different covers going on right now. And here is cover C. So let me know in the comments which is your favorite, but I assume it's going to be this cover A. I know you guys love cover A. So without further ado, I'm going to read the synopsis, and then I'm going to bring Jay on. So give me 1 second. Here we go. The Tales of Terror Halloween special returns for another year in this oversized quarterly format, 72 pages of content, with tons of blood-dripping pages of horror-filled story. Join Carrie, the goddess of death, as she brings her own brand of justice this year to those attending a haunted theme park during the height of the horror season. Don't miss these 3 new tales, sure to put you in the spooky mood and bring terror to your lives just in time for Halloween. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to bring on writer Jay Sandlin. What up, Jay?
I am trying out my Halloween costume that I'll wear to the Deep Comics signing Saturday, Huntsville, for this book. So shout out
you're
to
dressing out. You're dressing up for the signing.
And I'll have my sidekick there, Ninjo. He knows who he is. But I have to give a shout out to somebody if I can start with that. Is that okay, Amber?
You can do a shout out on my show. I allow it.
My first nephew, Jones Brown, who I've not met yet, and I know you're too little for this signing. So I hope when you watch this, you'll see that you've got a pretty cool uncle who loves you.
You are a pretty cool uncle.
That's about it.
You
Let's
are.
talk some comics.
Let's talk some comics. Do you want to quickly talk about the covers and tell me about each
Let's
cover
do.
and how it's related to the
Let's
story?
do. I saw the covers before writing the script, so that was a great advantage. Cover one, I love. It may be my favorite because of how it encompasses the Nightmare Land theme park theme, which we'll talk about. So, big ups. This one is a little more special to me personally with the script. You mentioned 3 stories. That's an outdated synopsis.
I agree. I was going to say, I read more than 3 stories.
And I feel like at some point it was probably just put as a placeholder and not changed. And people don't understand the rate at which these comics are made and the order. So that may or may not have ever been updated. But this is 6 tales. Now, in the second tale, it's called 7 Undead Seas, which is basically undead pirates of the Caribbean, i.e., what if those animatronic pirates and Jack Sparrow had, a hunger for human flesh. And this pirate, I loved it so much that I used this cover as the reference art and say, make him the captain in the story as well. He's not just a one-off cover. And there's even a cameo where we used this cover as it was my suggestion in one draft, and they did it, and David agreed. They used this cover in a cameo as the actual advertisement for the ride itself at Nightmare Land. It's like the poster. It's what I'm looking for. So that's why this one's personally enjoyable to me, because we drew him and inked him, and then the awesome colorist colored it a different way. And I said, that's good, but if you want to get it like the cover, and they agreed. And so you've got those good looking green zombies with awesome body parts and flesh. That's why that's also one of my favorite stories, is story 2. So finally, on the third, I really love this one for reasons I don't think I can talk about at the moment. It's just too fresh. The spoilers are too abound. Let's just say this one's very special for reasons that you'll find out if you can dare to read all 72 pages.
All 72 pages. So you kind of dived into it, but we have a couple of different stories. We have this pirate story. What other stories do we have?
So when I wrote the script, I think I can finally talk about this, but do you know if I hope that I didn't clear this with Ralph. Have you heard of Club 66?
I have not.
Has anyone asked you to join it?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that another time, but the stories in this book are all standalone, but I made one special request from the first draft. Whatever else you might do, stories 1 and 6 must be, in my opinion, done by the same artist, because it needs to be as if we leave story 1 and learn some pretty creepy things about this theme park. There's only a single character in all 6 stories that appears in all 6 stories. Now, the only question is if you'll catch him or not. I'm not going to throw his name out there because I don't know.
I know who it is. Okay, I know who it is, and I don't want to spoil anything. But when this character,
I think we can talk a bit about it. There's
Nathan,
one character,
right?
Nathan. If that is his real name, has some high aspirations and reasons for being in the park that night.
Yeah, I was confused when I went from story 1, 2 to 3, and spoilers. Character Nathan, you'll see, keeps going, but I was like, wait, he's the same person, right? And then I was starting to get confused a little bit, and I'm really glad that you clarified. So
same person, but realized not just in art styles, but the idea that Nightmare Land is a place that is where the attractions and rides are the personification of your worst nightmare. And that's what each story had to be. The heart of each story is the rides, except for 1 and 6. The first and the last story opens a door and closes a door. That's all I'll say, but that's why I titled them respectively entering Nightmare Land, and exiting Nightmare Land. And I wrote them both at the same time for a reason.
Gotcha. That is awesome. So, do you want to talk about a little bit of what you're dressed up as? Because you said that you're dressing up for your signing. Do you want to plug
Yeah,
your
well,
really
my
quick
idea
too?
is my little sidekick and I, his favorite hero is Naruto. I have been trying to find. Do you know how hard it is to find cosplay anime in Alabama? I have like Party Wow is the closest thing to me, and whatever high school girl is working there, who I don't mean to call anybody out, but if I ask if you have an Naruto anime costume that I can specially order, and your response is, "We ain't never heard of no Naruto around here," and I'm like, I'm putting expedited shipping. I am going. It became my Maltese Falcon, I guess. I had to get him this Naruto costume. And in the process, mine came together and I realized, oh, I'm a ninja in my everyday life. So I just need to add a vest and I'm Kakashi Sensei. But today I borrowed my son's forehead protector.
Oh.
And thank you, Joel, for letting me borrow it. But that means that I'm a missing ninja. I'm actually a wanted ninja from Konoha because I scratched out the village name. Just kind of hoping Akatsuki or one of those other splinter groups of the whoever's in the anime would recruit me, maybe.
Well, that is always fun. And you're going to be dressed up for your signing then.
We're going to have a good time. We want to encourage other people to dress up. If you're coming and you want to dress up and do a selfie, we'll have a stick, we'll have a selfie stick, we'll have candy, and it may just be me and my son dressed up, but we'll have a good time.
Awesome. Well, Jay, thank you so much for joining me on NCW. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about the book that maybe I missed?
I would just love it if people let me know what they think. Let me know how the art styles worked for you, what stood out to you, what made you laugh, cry, and otherwise, maybe just a simple question. What was your favorite story and why?
Awesome. Well, in case you guys didn't know, Jay Sandlin is very active on social media. So at any point, you can tweet him, go on Instagram, whatever, and he'll definitely get back to you. He's the best about that.
Maybe.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jay. I will see you very, very soon, I'm sure, on NCW.
Good to see you, Amber.
Hi, guys. We were just talking about Tales of Terror Quarterly and our 2021 Halloween special. If you didn't know, every 2021 we do a holiday type of special. And for Halloween, which is one of the biggest holidays, October is the biggest month here at Zenoscope, we are always doing incredibly spooky, creepy, weird things. And speaking of weird things, our next release that we'll be talking about is Grimm Spotlight Cindy versus Zombies, which is $5.99 in our web store. It's written by Dave Franchini, who we all know and we all love. And maybe today he'll tell me what his favorite cover is. I don't know. Every week I'm going to ask him when he comes on. I'll bring him on in just one moment, but I'm going to show you the covers really, really quickly. So here is cover A. Let me know in the comments which are your favorite covers. Here is cover B. And then here's cover C. And I know it's going to be cover C. So I don't even know why I ask these questions anymore. It's crazy again. And I said this like last weekend, but I look at the covers and I'm like, oh, John Royal. Like I'm really starting to like see people and not even have to look at the names because I automatically know right out the gate, which is really, really awesome. So I'm going to read the synopsis and then I'm going to bring Dave on. 32 pages of lunacy and content. Cinderella has taken on the apocalypse and died, taken on her own mind and lost, and even taken on Christmas and kind of won. But this time she takes on the whole new threat, deciding what to eat, ... Oh, and zombies. When a crazed, obsessive lunatic accidentally brings on the zombie apocalypse, yes, one of those, somehow and for some reason, our only hope is Cindy. Okay. Don't miss this violent, no punch pulling, insane adventure that only Cindy can shamble into. Without further ado, I'm bringing on our publisher, Dave Franchini.
Hello.
Hey, Dave, what was your favorite cover?
That's a tough one. I'll get back to you.
One
day.
One day he will tell me. what his favorite cover is. So this is a crazy story, and I'm gonna kind of just go off the bat and say, okay, you mentioned it and it's mentioned in the early pages of the story that she's coming off Christmas. What happened in Christmas?
Well, in Christmas, she gets taken by Krampus, and she makes a friend. It's a little Krampi named Norm, and she goes on an adventure, and she happens to suffer her first loss of her first real friend. So that's kind of her. Now we're picking up with her after that, where she wants to be done with all of that stuff. She wants to be done with Robin Hood, Van Helsing, the Musketeers, Krampus. She wants to start over somewhere like boring, little off the beaten path, like I don't know, a little town called Toronto.
Yeah, why did we pick Toronto?
Honestly, it was just like it was just something that like to kind of go off of like Cindy, where she's just like she's oblivious to like whatever. She's like, yeah, this is a boring place, whatever. Toronto, like it's not a major city or anything, and that there isn't gonna like stuff isn't gonna happen there. So it was just kind of playing with that. Nothing too deep. Nothing too deep with Cindy. She's just very on her sleeve.
How do you is she just the most fun to write about? Because like in her story, with some of our stories, I can kind of always see what path we're taking. But with hers, because she's just so unpredictable, I have no idea what's gonna happen next.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. Like that, she's probably the most fun to write, just because like I'm weird and I get to just be really weird, and it's kind of excusable. Like hopefully people like it. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like she like with her, like it's so cool because you can kind of just not do anything you want, but kind of like it can kind of take itself anywhere it goes because Cindy's insane and she's not going to do it normal. She's not going to make normal decisions, and she's not going to like follow a normal path of somebody like, oh well, there's zombies. I probably should leave. And it's like, no, I'm just going to run around and just beat them like a pinata and have fun until like it gets until I'm bored. And that's kind of like where her mindset is. At least that's where I think it is. But I mean,
so Cindy attempts to go on a date, and that doesn't really seem to work in her favor.
Well, I mean, she's not really doing it as a date. I mean, it's a date, but it's not a date. It's more it's Cindy trying to turn a new leaf by doing her old life, trying to like go with what she knows and twist it into creating a new life for herself, which is I don't know, trying to figure out who she is and what kind of person she should be. And then the story is kind of about that. It's more about, weirdly enough, as weird as the story is, it's really about Cindy kind of figuring out who she is and kind of like accepting that, or at least trying to accept that. I mean, but in a very weird, creepy, strange way.
It is very true that her character it seems like she wants to be normal, but she just can't be. Like and I get it, that's her personality, but she takes everything very personal.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean this? What do you mean I can't be in your movie? And that makes me laugh about her.
Oh yeah, it's like she wants to be included, but at the same time, she doesn't want anybody to bother her. It's like she wants to be in everything, but at the same time, she wants to play by her own rules, but also be included. And then she's almost childlike in that, where she's just very like, she's never been like put in a position of like, no, you can't do this or you can do that. She's always just kind of done what she's wanted to do, and that's like a person who's gone through their life doing that, reacting to the world around them. Like they're just kind of like, well, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. It normally seems to work out, and then she just kind of goes like that.
She goes crazy. So when are we going to see Cindy again?
I have ideas. We're probably gonna talk about it coming up. We're gonna do another writer summit, I think in early November, very quickly, like 2-3 weeks if it's still in the plans. But yeah, I mean I have plans for that. Like I'm hoping I can do something with a tooth fairy, but we'll see.
Where's your guys' writer summit gonna be?
I think we're gonna do in Los Angeles.
Oh,
The sunny, nice weather. I like this weather. This weather's actually awesome. So it's gonna be okay. Now, I mean, I think we're gonna do it in Los Angeles in I think it's like 3 weeks.
Do you want to give a quick shout out about what happens at these writer summits so fans can see? Like you guys get together and you just talk about concepts.
Well, I mean, you got to become a VIP and then you join our VIP thing and then you come to our VIP event, live or virtual, and then you maybe could sit in one. But I mean, yeah, literally we rent an Airbnb or a hotel room or wherever it is, and we kind of lock ourselves up for like 2 straight days, talking trash to each other about like like that ideas and doesn't make any sense. But I mean, it's really just like kind of working out like different ideas and taking different angles and kind of like taking the ideas we kind of going with and adjusting them to be good, hopefully. But I mean, yeah, they're normally fun. They're normally like it's relaxed but intense, like where it's like it's relaxed because we're kind of just sitting around, but at the same time we got to get work done, and there's no escape unless we get work done. At least I try to make it that no one can leave until we finish the stories, so I don't lose my mind.
No One Lives. Did you ever watch that movie, No One Lives?
No, not yet.
The horror movie with what's his name from Beauty and the Beast, who Gaston is. I can't think of his name. He's also in Fast and the Furious. He was the villain. Ian Shaw.
I know what you're talking about.
He's in this movie called No One Lives, and so randomly sometimes I'll like whisper, like my boyfriend and I used to do it to each other all the time, but I'll whisper in people's ear and go, "No one lives." That's what he does in the movie.
You should just do that to strangers. Just go up and like you're at Wawa, you're just like, no one lives.
Am I inspired by Cindy or is Cindy inspired by me? I don't really know.
What came first, the Cindy or the egg? I don't know. I don't.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, for joining us. And if you guys want to see more of Dave, you can see him on Friday. We're going to be doing a Grimm Tales of Terror 101 panel at 3:15, and Dave will be talking about Grimm Tales of Terror.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys there. Thanks for having me again.
Cool. Bye, Dave. So again, we were talking about Grimm Spotlight Cindy versus zombies. Basically, it's her fighting a bunch of zombies, except Cindy is our very unexpected, can do whatever she feels like character. So really, really fun read. Our last read today, I don't have anyone to interview about it, but I won't briefly talk about it. I'll talk about it for a little bit, is Possessive number 3. And we have been reading Possessive for the last 2 go-arounds, and it's $5.99 in our web store right now. And here's all the information. I'm going to pop up the covers for you guys. So we've been talking about Todd and how much of a loser Todd is. And it kind of seems like Todd has started to turn around his life since he met this, I think Dave said it in the description and it's really good, ghoul friend. I wish I had read the description before I posted on social today because I was like, ooh, I like ghoul friend. This is cover A and this is cover B. And my favorite cover of the week probably has to be cover A. Like, this is such a good cover. I love this cover. And, you know, I posted about it on social last week. But if you look without the title and everything, you look at the social image, it's just a really beautiful cover. Like the type of cover that I want to take home and frame. I kind of like this love story. One of the comments that we got on social, which was like, give them a happy ending. And I really want that too. And you'll have to read the book to find out. But what I will say is that sometimes at Zenescope, they don't give you what you want in endings, but sometimes they do. And it's also hard to know, even when we do a 3-part miniseries, that's not always the end. Sometimes there's more to come, so we're not really sure. But here's the synopsis that I'll be reading for you guys really quickly. Everything seems to be going right for Todd. He is basically living life as Todd 2.0. He's fixed up his house. He's coming into his own as an artist, and he has a new ghoul friend who lives in his attic. What could go wrong? Believe us, Todd is about to find out. And a few literal skeletons in his closets might be the least of his worries. You'd be crazy to not read, and also maybe to keep reading this last chapter of the comic that leaps over the bounds and boundaries of comic book storytelling. So I'm really sad to see Possessive come to an end because if you guys know, I'm a sucker for a really good love story, and this was a pretty unique one. I was pretty into this love story. It was pretty good. I think that we definitely need to go in and maybe come back to Possessive one day. Possessive is the type of thing that I could see being made into like a really funny movie or like a mini series or an animated mini series. It was enjoyable read. I think you guys will really enjoy reading the last part of it. But Possessive number 2 really got me like in my heart So I was looking forward to Possessive number 3, so much so that I actually read it this past weekend. When I usually read the new releases the morning of, I actually read this one because I just wanted to know how it all ended. I think I read it like the morning of my marathon or something, or like the night of when I couldn't sleep. So I was very, very excited. So again, we had a chat about 3 books today. We talked about Grimm Tales of Terror Quarterly 2021 Halloween Special. You can get that in our web store. It is $8.99. We also talked about Grimm Spotlight, Cindy versus Zombies. It's $5.99 in our web store. And lastly, we talked about Possessive number 3, $5.99. Good love story. Good ghoul friend. I love that. Oh my geez. In my in my half sleep, I one day I'm gonna sit down and read more of the Courier, Chuck. Don't worry. Just for Ralph. Best read of 2021 right there. It's on my plan. Okay, well, before I wind down, let me go into full recap mode to talk about everything that's coming up in the next couple of days. So we have our virtual con. We'll be doing a costume contest for our virtual con. Any crazy last minute sign up, send them our way. You can email it to cosplay@zenescope.com. We'll be giving away some cool prizes. So make sure that you hop on that. And the virtual con kicks off tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. I'll be dressed up every single day. Our team will be dressed up every single day. I'm really excited to show you guys what I'm dressed up as, but I will spoil and say I'm not dressed up as any Zenescope characters. Retired Robin from the last one. I've retired Alice. Maybe there'll be a day for Cindy. Stay tuned. Let's see. And then you'll join us Saturday from 1 to 5, and then Friday from 1 to 5, and then Saturday from 1 to 4. Other stuff that is going on, our movie club, and I don't think I uploaded the graphics, that's my bad, but our movie club is taking place not this Friday, the following Friday. It's going to be on Fright Night. And quick pause. I'm a huge Fright Night fan. I don't think I've ever really talked about this with you guys, but Evil Ed terrified me as a child. Whenever he did that cackle laugh that he does when he turns into a vampire, it super freaked me out. I love Fright Night. Way better than that horrible remake. I love Anton Yelchin. He's my boy. Rest in peace. But the original Fright Night, so good. What, Matthew? You've never seen Fright Night? You got to get on it. Such a good movie, man. Such a good. Evil Ed takes the cake. He's awesome. I actually have an autograph somewhere signed by Amy, who is the girlfriend in the movie, in her no spoilers. I almost gave away what happened in the movie, but I can't see that, see Matthew. So make sure you join our movie club next Friday, not this Friday, at 6 p.m. Eastern. It will be the regular crew in attendance. I kind of do. I love Anton. I'm a huge Anton fan. I don't know if you've ever seen Thomas. It's a great movie. Oh God, he's in Green Room, fantastic horror movie. I could go on an Anton Yelchin rant right now. I love him. He's fantastic. Let's see what else we have going on. Oh, our Halloween box. And I meant to bring a box down with me and I didn't. Guys, let's talk about the Halloween box. If you haven't ordered one, I don't know what we're doing out here. I really, really don't know what we're doing. These are incredible. I wish I had brought a box down. Actually, no, there's not a box in the studio. I think the Zen box is in the studio right now. The Zendies that will be showing for the VCon tomorrow. This box is incredible. It's $199, but the value is over $400. Cough, cough. There's a one-of-a-kind sketch cover in each one, and they're incredible. Some people have been sharing images on social media. The box itself is just beautiful. I love the box. And we're doing a connecting box for Christmas that will be coming out very, very soon. So if you haven't gotten this box yet, I don't know what you're doing. Go to the web store. Buy it now. ASAP. You guys are crazy. Please. I know that you'll love it. Let's see. Oh, you can still see our characters at Fright Factory. There's 2 more weeks of that happening in Philly. I'll actually be going down this weekend to hand out some stuff. So if you want to see me, more black lipstick and all, for this once in a lifetime chance where I'll rock black lipstick, you guys can attend that in Philly. Yes, the Halloween box is awesome. It's super awesome. Everybody needs to get one. I love it. The design of the Halloween box is incredible. And the Christmas box, that countdown to Christmas is going to be crazy this year. Oh, Jay, you're the sweetest. I love you. You'll see me back at the office with it on, but I appreciate that. This new black lipstick look for me. Okay, that's it, everybody. This is Amber signing off with NCW, where you come for the covers, but you stay for the stories. I'll see you guys all tomorrow for the Virtual Con Day 1 at 6 p.m. Eastern.